What's going on, everybody? It's Blank October here, and believe it or not, this is an actual YouTube video. If you've been watching the streams a lot or you just know me personally, you know that I actually really love the Soul Calibur series, and I've been playing a lot of Soul Calibur 6, and I really love the game. But with anything that you love, there's always something that could be wrong with it that you want to try to see get better and fixed. So this video coming up is basically me talking about my my personal problems with Soul Calibur 6. And I wanted to make this in hopes of, making it like a conversation piece and not just a video full of salt. I will seem kind of salty in the little clip, but trust me, it is literally coming from a place of love, and I can't believe I'm making another video about this, because the last video I've done not too long ago was an MK video with this, so I don't know. I just need to get it out for Soul Calibur, because honestly, I like playing Soul Calibur 6 more. Shoutouts to Witch Doctor, and let's get started. Fuck it. No. Fuck it. Let's talk about this shit, bro. Let me take this shit off of standby. It's time for Blank October Salt Hour. Let's talk about this shit, bro. Like, honestly. And the only reason I'm gonna talk about this shit is because I really do like this game. But this is literally one of the last games I really like that's out right now. That I really like and I've been staying with for a while, right? I got like 4 or 5 problems. I think around like 4 real problems with Soul Calibur 6. Now I'm not gonna bring up things like, netcode and online stuff, because like I want to give my trust to Project Soul and the rest of Bandai Namco that they're not only gonna step up the online for Tekken 7 in the future, because apparently they're doing that for Season 4, but I hope they're gonna in the future step up the online for Soul Calibur 6. But honestly, I will say on that front, for the most part, yes, the PC version is better. I am currently on the PlayStation version because I can actually stream it and play it at the same time. But I do get on the PC at times when I'm not streaming. And yes, the PC version is better for everything, especially like netcode. They still should step up the netcode, but it is one of the better delay-based netcode games out there. So I gotta give credit where credit is due. This netcode for being delay-based and a 3D game and all that shit, it's honestly not the worst thing ever. I honestly, like, you can tell it's online when you go against, like, especially certain characters, but for the most part, the online is very good. So, I'm not going to touch on that, because I know there are a lot of people that do bring that up too, but honestly, it's not that bad, but they can step that up. But let's get back on the real topics here. So I got like 4 problems. Might be 5, I don't know, but that 5th one is definitely something I can work on myself, but I still think, they could probably use changing it. But I got like a handful of problems I have with this game, and I hope they're going to get addressed either in the very near future for Soul Calibur, or like maybe in Soul Calibur 7 if it happens, which hopefully it does. I don't want Soul Calibur to ever stop. This is literally one of my favorite fighting game series of all time. There's nothing like it. I love it. But here we go. So the first problem I have. So I, for the most part, like in 3D games that have like, good fluid movement and stuff like that, I like to move. I like to move like a good bit. I do block, on the contrary of popular belief. Shouts to Bullet. I do block, but I also like to place myself in like situations where like I can possibly make an opponent whiff, or at least I can get away from like ring edges and walls and stuff like that. That I can duck things. I can just like back walk out of things. Actually like sidestep things. All that stuff, right? With that said, you will die for moving. Probably the most ever than you ever could in Soul Calibur 6, and I don't understand why. So I don't know the exact numbers, I don't remember the exact numbers, I have seen them a lot, but I don't like really remember them off the top of my head. But it's pretty damn negative to move. Like, there's actual data behind you moving. It's pretty damn negative. And also, step guard is not really a thing in this game. Yes, you can do the special, like, the little special back step thing, which is like back down G, like that's how you can do that, but that's fucking complicated. I shouldn't have to do that shit. Your movement shouldn't have to be a death sentence. In any sort of 3D game, you just moving shouldn't completely be a death sentence. Yes, there is run counter, you know, you catching people out of side steps and shit, you know, all that stuff. 14 frames to block after moving? See, that's your problem right there. That's your problem right there. So, like, with how fluid the movement is in Soul Calibur, look, it's been said before, Soul Calibur is the game that you play if you're bad at Tekken. And I'm not the greatest at movement in Tekken. I have a pretty good Negan, but I'm not the greatest at movement, especially since I have to relearn the movement on hitbox. But it's so easy on anything that I play on to move in this game, right? You do all these side steps, you know, walking back, all that stuff, it's fluid. DOA, you can put yourself in the free step and you're moving, right? Like, what else? You can kind of make yourself free step in Virtual Fighter. But especially Soul Calibur, because it's got that 8-way run system. The 8-way run system is so fluid. So why would you give players the ability to actually not have to sit down and literally have the first 3 months of their little, I don't want to say career, because not everybody competes in the game, but like their tenure or whatever, their time. I just say time, right? I try to sound fancy, but their time with Soul Calibur, right? Like, they don't have to spend that time on movement. Why would you have those players die for it? That doesn't make any sense for me. Forte Boss in the chat says it takes 14 frames to block after moving. I'm not looking at it anymore, Tio. I'm actually like, if I look at it anymore, I'm probably gonna get sick. But fucking, and that's why step guarding really isn't a thing, because 14 frames. Why are there that many frames of startup after moving to guard? Why? Why do you die for putting yourself into better situations in a 3D game? That just doesn't make any sense to me, bro. If anybody can make sense of that, please attempt. We can have that debate right now, but I really don't feel like you should die because you want to better position yourself. I've always thought that was stupid. And I know, again, you know, you got your run counters and stuff like that, but honestly, I hate movement-based counter hits. Like, unless it's like a throw. And I guess that's like more my DOA side coming out too. Unless you, like you shouldn't get a full-on, like, big-ass counter hit, right? Because then, going into my number 2 problem, you still got a lot of moves that are linear, like verticals and stuff, things that should be able to be stepped, getting stepped, but they're still hitting the opponent. They still have so many hitbox problems in this game, guys. I won't be able to recreate most of it, because it's literally a bunch of shit that's heat of the moment. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So there's an example, right? She actually stepped that. She actually was in the middle of her step, and my 3B actually hit her. See, and it's a thing that doesn't happen all the time, but it happens more than it needs to be happening. So that just goes into, like, hitbox issues with, like, a lot of moves in the game. It isn't as bad as MK11, though, but, like, they're still, like, come on, dude. These vertizontals, these hoary verticals. Please. So number 3, this kind of feeds into what was my number 1 problem with the unsafe movement, and I'll explain why it does, but, like, the guard gauge. I guess I can understand why it exists. I don't know. With the type of player I am, I just really don't enjoy it. You want to be able to make it to where, like, people don't feel like, oh, damn, there's no way I can crack this person's defense. Even though, look, guys, there's always a way to crack a person's defense without their guard breaking. This isn't Capcom versus SNK. Like, I don't know. If they're stand blocking, take your chance with a low, you can throw. And if they're low blocking, hit them with some good mids, possibly launch them. You know, all that good shit, right? But, like, I still forever will not understand why there's guard health in Soul Calibur, especially when you got characters like Sung Mina off of every knockdown being able to take out like 22% of your guard gauge, or like characters like fucking Amy and Talum, right? Literally having little to no risk on like anything that they do, and you have to make 1,000 like hard reads to go against them, especially if you're using a slower character, and they're just in your face, just like mashing whatever strings they want. Not saying that every one of the players that plays those characters mash, but most of them do, so it's really hard to see who's actually good. You know, when you got characters like that just inherently are going to be doing a lot of stuff, and you're going to need to block a lot of that stuff because you're not going to be able to step them because of unsafe movement. Most of their good shit that's still really fast is going to be a step killer anyway. So with these characters existing, you're going to want to sit there and block, but you can't because your block is going to break eventually, and then they're going to get free damage anyway. I don't understand why guard damage exists. I should be able to sit here and fucking block you until you get bored, or until you do something that's slightly unsafe, and then I should be able to fuck you up for it. I should be able to. Imagine if Tekken had guard health. Imagine. And Amy, Talum, Sung Mina to some degree, Maxi, you know, characters like them, they're basically Tekken characters. You got shit flying from wherever as well. You know, they're basically Tekken characters. So why wouldn't I want to block a lot of their shit? I'm gonna have to. I can't get out of there. You know? But now I gotta worry about my guard breaking, so I'm gonna die anyway? I'm not gonna want to feel like playing the game if I know I'm just gonna die anyway. So if y'all really wanted to know the reason why I hate going against Talum and Amy and all the other characters that I named, it's literally because of the guard health. Now, this is why I said that it feeds into the unsafe movement thing, right? And it's because I will actually take the trade-off of not having guard health and keeping the unsafe movement. I don't like both of them being a thing because, okay, if I can't move, what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm gonna block. But I'm gonna die for blocking anyway. So I'm gonna wanna move, and now we're right back to square one. One of those needs to change. One of those needs to change. Yeah, imagine fighting Hua Rong with guard gauge, right? That's basically what you're going against with a lot of characters in this game. And just in general. Just in general. Just in general. Against any character. You know, especially if you're going against a player who really is just mashing, but they are doing like, you know, kind of like they're doing like a certain flow chart and they're about to do something like really unsafe on block, you might die for blocking before they get to that part of their flow chart anyway. And that has happened to me before. And then you want to mash back, but then they're probably just going to mash out GI and get you. Or RE or whatever. But yeah, so literally, we don't need both unsafe movement and guard gauge. Because, like, I shouldn't have 1,000 ways to die, but only, like, a few ways to live. That's bullshit. It's a video game. It's not real life, bro. You know? But, yeah, so, like, one of those has to go. I hope y'all understand that. One of those has to go. Either the unsafe movement or the guard meter. That shit's stupid. So, like, the next thing, I think this is, like, number 4. Yeah. So, the next thing is Reversal Edge. Although there are a bunch of ways you can go against it, I still think it's a fucking mistake, honestly. I understand why they did it, but like, my biggest problem with it is not the fact that people will suck up my attacks and then I'll get hit by it, right? That's not the biggest problem I have with Reversal Edge. You know, my biggest problem is the rock, paper, scissors after it connects. And the reason why that's a big problem for me is because, like, I don't know, it just brings more randomness, and then, like, it's too strong of a comeback mechanic, potentially. That's why a lot of people do it at the end of rounds, and they'll steal rounds because they happen to just hit B a million times. Because, like, I probably thought they were going to change up, but no, they're just going to keep mashing B, and it happens to be the most powerful fucking thing they got. I really don't like the RPS. Not in a Soul Calibur game, bro. Like, this is not a complete rock, paper, scissors game. We already have enough of that with garden packs, right? So now we got more. I just don't like the rock, paper, scissors, man. I don't know what much more to say on that. I just don't like the RPS, man. Also, you got certain characters. Like Talum, as you can see right there, that can actually fucking cancel the RE into some sort of special movement option or whatever, right? Talum can do it, Amy can do it, Kill It can kind of do it. His shit can go from RE to break attack to unblockable, literally all in the same move, depending on how you hold it. Raphael has that, and the problem with Raphael's too is that Raphael's actually homes in just a little bit until they actually let go of the RE. So if they actually let go with the RE, you can step it at like the last second. So like, you got a handful of characters that can just cancel the RE. You know the ways to get around the RE, but now that's not going to apply when you go against a handful of characters that can actually cancel the RE. I don't understand why there's any characters that can cancel an RE. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And Talum can even, like, she doesn't even have to do a string. Like, the characters that can cancel the REs, they don't even have to do like a certain like string to go into it to be able to cancel it. They can just straight input RE and then cancel it. You know? Come on.
That's too much.
That's why I think RE is a mistake. It's not because it exists. It's because of everything that is starting to exist because of it. The rock, paper, scissors, handfuls of characters being able to cancel the shit, go into the shit after strings and canceling the shit, all that stuff. So the last thing I want to touch on, and this is definitely something I can work on myself or whatever, but I still feel like it needs to be kind of addressed, is the critical edges. So I definitely can do a lot better with punishing a lot of the critical edges, but I really think like a lot of critical edges are not as punishable as they should be. I really think, just like with Rage Arts and Tekken, like literally like 99% of them, they definitely should just be launch punishable. You should definitely just eat a full ass combo because you got your CE block. Like every single fucking one of them, you should just be able to eat a full combo. Like, just get out of here. Like, you should just be able to eat a full combo. You should die for making a terrible hard read, right? Or mistiming it. You actually cannot CE all of the CEs. Believe it or not, there are some CEs you just can't CE back. Yeah. There are actually some you can't straight CE. And then, you shouldn't even have to use all of your resource to punish it anyway. It should just be a full combo, honestly. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about supers in general. You should just be able to punish them. You know? Just should be able to be done. The last thing about the critical edge, and then I'm done with this little portion. I'm probably gonna highlight it off of Twitch, probably like tomorrow. Is you literally got Talum here, who can actually cancel her critical edge. Watch this shit. If you didn't know this existed, Watch this bullshit. That's from her CE. It used to be like, it's just those 3 hits right there. You have to like just straight do that. And like, the best thing you can do against it was GI. She can literally use her CE to bait a GI. So like, she doesn't have to commit. So she, not only is her CE actually safe, it's actually safe. You have to GI that 3rd hit. It is actually safe. And look at the pushback. But she still doesn't even have to commit. And she's ultra safe when she does that shit too. Why? Why? So she literally can throw that. And like just all this endless mix that she has. And just keep it going. Like, what the fuck? What the hell? Who thought that was okay? Who okayed that? But anyway, there you go. Those are like my 5 like kind of little problems with Soul Calibur 6. I feel like a lot of it, yes, I can get better with going against, but like I would love to see them addressed in some way because a lot of stuff is just really scrubby, to be honest. I know they wanted this to be an easier Soul Calibur for people, you know, which, and then also trying to, you know, meet halfway with the, like, the ultra competitive players and stuff like that. I think this is one of the, many of examples of the new age of fighting games being catered towards people who don't even play fighting games. Like, straight up. Like, I hate to sound like that, Grump, but like honestly, that's what it is. Like, let's just be honest here. Like, yeah, I do think everybody needs to do a better job with like adapting to some things, but there are just some things in this game you just cannot adapt to, because it's just unfair. Especially if you're not a really aggressive player, it's just not fair. You know, with movement being a death sentence, with guarding being a fucking death sentence, with characters like Talon being able to cancel out of REs when they want to. So not only do you even have to worry about REs, but now you have to worry about what's the timing on the shit. So the combination of all that stuff, plus like, you know, all the other like BS that is supposed to exist, like, you know, Soul Charge is supposed to be really powerful. It's supposed to be like a V trigger. That's fine. The meter, honestly, how they implement the meter in this game is absolutely perfect. For a game that they feel like it needs to have meter, honestly, they did a way better job on it. Like, than 5. 5, it was stupid. It was kind of useless. This game, they honestly did it justice. I think it's okay, because everybody's pretty stupid on Soul Charge, so that's fine. If you're gonna have stupid things, let everybody be stupid. But just still, some of the combination of mechanics, it just makes for a really, really, like, just dumb experience. Like, it feels like a chore sometimes. So, please, Project Soul, you know, consider, like, either making the movement safer, making, like, just getting rid of the guard health. One of those, especially, right? Like, that's the big stuff, is that movement and that guard health for me. RE, I know how to get past, but I don't know why you got characters that can cancel RE like they can. You might, I don't know, either need to change that shit back, or you need to go ahead and, like, never do that again. I need these CEs to just be deaf on block. I just need them to be. And that's about it, honestly. Other than that, I really do like this game, but that's why I feel like I had to address this. Like, I've never put together my thoughts, you know, in this way. I've always said, like, bits of it on, like, Twitter and stuff, but I feel like feel like this was a good time to just go ahead and talk about how I feel about this game, because I've been playing it for like a while. I've been playing it since it came out. I did stop playing it for a while, and honestly, like, the things that I talked about in this little selection are the reasons why I stopped playing the game for a while. But I still love Soul Calibur, so I'm gonna keep supporting this game, but I need some of this stuff to be changed because it's stupid. But that's it. That's it about that. Alright, so what am I gonna play now?